song, Talking in Your Sleep, bass line. A few years before, I had a little bass line like I had. And I played it at the pre-production when the producer was there. Pre-production, you just break down all the songs and make sure you got all your parts right a month before you go in the studio. And I had played that for him and we had a little jam of it, but it was just a jam. And all the other songs were done in the studio. And we needed an 11th song. And he goes, "What about that thing you had, that bass line, that thing you were doing at the studio way back when we were rehearsing?" And so I go, "Oh, yeah, okay." So I played it and I showed him a couple things. And then we kind of like went, "Oh, well, what about this? What about that?" And Jimmy got the lyrics pretty quick. I think he was going to sing it. Jimmy wanted to sing it really bad. And and then it didn't work out that way. But it was the last song we recorded. And the guy that worked at the Black Cat that worked at the studio with the equipment and keeping everything cool, he goes, "Man, that one song, that last song you did, that's a hit. That's a hit. I know a hit." And he's been around since, we're at Criteria Studios in Florida. Aretha, Allman Brothers, James Brown, been through there. He goes, "I know them all." He goes, "That's a hit." We go, "Nah, well, hope so." Well, he was right. It took off. And we ended up on Soul Train and doing all the TV shows and that. And it took off.
Dick Clark, I remember seeing you on there.
Yeah, yeah. So, you never know. You never know. What I like about it, it's just a song we played at bookies, in all the little clubs around Detroit.
But that bass line and Talking in Your Sleep, that's just everything. That's what stays in your head.
Yeah, the initial thing. I mean, you just got coming up with the initial thing. That's the hard part. Keeping it simple and not getting in front of in your way. Sometimes I'll have a lot of stuff going on. I go, wait a minute, I should go back to the simple way I was doing it when I first came up with it. So the songwriting is just like it's like a toss up, you just kind of, there's a lot of little things that you could use to keep you in the right shape for a song, in the right state of inclusion or pulling stuff out, or a lot of times the groove really helps me. But melodies and it's still working. So I'm not gonna, I don't like talking about it too much.
Right.
I don't like explaining it because you don't want it to slip away. So, but I tell people now, they ask, I tell people what.
I graduated in June of '83 and that came out in September of '83. And so that was actually the first album of yours that I bought. And I went back and bought the others, but I bought that one first. And I just remember hearing "Rock You Up" and being knocked out.
Yeah, I had that when I came back in the band. I had that chord structure, and they had something similar. The three guys that were left before I got back in the band, they had something similar in another key. So we just kind of went boom, and then I go, here's another change. You need another change there, and then it just everything kind of just like boom, there it is. I can't explain it sometimes. You can't, like Keith Richards talks about it really good. It just comes out of the air.
Right.
You have to be open. You have to open your antenna. You just have to open to it.